And we're back! And today we have a special vlog for you guys. We are actually participating in a Finisher Medals loop. And it is in honor of National Finisher Medals Day, which is a day when you get to honor all of the long hours and work that goes into earning one of these medals. So we have not run in a little while, but we wanted to kind of share our running history. And this is actually a loop that is in collaboration with 4 other channels. I'll link all of those channels in the description down below. So make sure you go and check out their channels, hear their stories as well, because it's a really cool
idea.
Yeah, we were really excited to participate and just excited to share our story. And thanks to Christy's Corner for coordinating this collab. We're super excited to be a part of it. So
here we go.
Let's share our stories.
I gotta know, when can we do this again?
Alright, so as you can see, we have quite a few medals.
Magical miles.
So these are pretty much all of the Disney races that we've done. These are all the Disney races that we've done. And then we also have this Half Crazy medal stand that was all of the half marathons that we completed. So I actually started running before Mark did. I got into it. My friend was like, hey, we should do a 5K. And I was like, ugh, I don't know, I don't really run. But it was kind of a stressful time in my life, and it was a great outlet. It just kind of helped me work through some things that were going on. And I just kind of really fell in love with the mental sport that is running. So I started with a 5K. It was the Fire Hydrant 5K. And actually, we've been talking and we decided that the Fire Hydrant 5K would be the perfect way for us to get back into running. It was my first 5K.
Plus you get to run with dogs.
You get to run with dogs. So
which adds its own fun value.
The added element
dogs.
Of dodging dog poop.
Yeah, because you never know. I mean, they take off running, right? You know they're gonna have to go.
It's a fun one.
Right there.
And Wally's gonna do with us. So we're gonna register for that one. That coming up here soon in the summer. And then we'll do another one that we registered for in Denver. We actually registered for a bubble run. So we're super excited about that. And Wally's super excited about it. It's kind of his motivation. I told him if you could run a real 5K, then we can do the bubble 5K. So we're really excited to do those. So I think a big motivator for me to really get into running was because Disney did races. And when I found out that they had Run Disney, I was like, okay, I can be a runner if I could do a Run Disney race. So then I got Mark to join in with me, and we started doing a bunch of 5Ks and training. We did some crazy training, and we were really into it. We were really doing some hardcore runs. We would get up at like 4:30 in the morning and we would go run like 7 miles in the snow and ice in the middle of winter. So we were pretty dedicated for a while. I don't know if
a long time ago.
I don't know if we'll get back to that, but I would love to do another Run Disney half marathon. I'd love to do one with Wally someday. But let's talk about some of the medals that we've earned. So the very first medal that we did, before we did our first half marathon, we actually did every year the Rock and Roll comes to Denver. And so we relayed it the very first year. So we split the half marathon and both did half. I think one leg was maybe a little bit longer.
You had the longer leg.
Yeah.
I had the uphill leg.
So it was a good split. Yes, that was really fun to do that one. And then that was kind of our first like real big race experience, but it wasn't a half. So then the very first half marathon that we did was actually the Tinkerbell. And we did it as a part of the Coast to Coast challenge through Run Disney. So if you run a race in Disneyland and then another race in Disney World, you're eligible to do their Coast to Coast challenge. And so we did the Tinkerbell as the first one. There was a lot more, like it was pretty limited, but they don't even do races at all in Disneyland anymore.
No, yes, I mean this was kind of fun. So you start out going through the Disneyland and California Adventure parks, and then in a few moments you're done with that and basically headed out into the city of Anaheim.
Yep, and it started super early.
Yeah, we had to line up at like 2 a.m. No, we had to get up at 2 a.m. and line up at 3 a.m. be in the corrals.
It was early because they have to shut down
I-5.
Like I-5. So, but it was really a cool experience, and I'm sad that they don't do Tinkerbell anymore. I don't know if they're gonna bring back the Run Disney races to Disneyland eventually. I don't know. I know they kind of ended it because of like construction.
They're not too happy with Anaheim and that kind of stuff, so
we'll see. So that was our first one, and then later that year, so that was in January, and then in November that year we did the Wine and Dine, and that was kind of the one that we really were most excited to do. That's what my shirt is from, the Wine and Dine, and I actually have one of the necklaces too. See if I can get it. Yeah. So I actually have the little Wine and Dine half marathon weekend necklace. They used to do necklaces for all the races. I don't know if they still do. And then we started out actually by doing the 5K.
Let's get in your face.
So that was Mickey's Jungle 5K. So that was kind of fun, and it was actually in the Animal Kingdom. And they just did the plastic medals. I think now they actually do metal medals.
They're rubber.
Yeah, and now before they used to do the plastics for the 5Ks.
It was kind of fun to run through the Animal Kingdom.
It was fun, yeah. And the character meet and greets were super fun, and it was very Christmassy. So that was really fun. That was our like kickoff. And the way they used to do the Wine and Dine in Disney World is it was in the evening. So we actually got up early that morning, ran the 5K, came back to our hotel room, took a nice long nap, and then that night went over to Epcot, and I can't remember what time the races started.
It was like I think 11 o'clock at night.
No, I think they were like 9, because it took us a while to finish them. I think they were like around 9 or 10 o'clock at night. So it was after park close. Yeah, so here's the medal from the Wine and Dine. Like I said, it started in the evening. So we actually ran through the park, and then when we were all done, they had a huge party until like
2 or 3 in the morning.
In the morning, I think. And so we like literally wine and dined around the world. Like I was eating lobster tail at 3:30 in the morning. We actually stayed at Beach Club on that. That was our first day at Beach Club, which was super awesome because when we were done, we just walked right out of the park and back to our hotel. And then because
what I found really interesting about that one is they actually brought over the staff from the Magic Kingdom.
True, yeah.
Because the Epcot staff is never there past 9 o'clock at night. So they're not used to working those hours. So they actually brought the late Magic Kingdom staff over. So it was kind of like a party for them too, because they get to work somewhere they never have before, and they didn't, really have a clue as to what was going on.
Our biggest complaint though, remember we rode Soarin' and they didn't have the fast pass queue open. They made us walk through the standby queue, and it was so long, and we're like, we just ran a half marathon. Can we at least have the shorter line? So that was kind of funny that we had to walk through the really long lines. But then because we had done Tinkerbell in January, and then we finished out our Coast to Coast with Wine and Dine, we got this
awarded us
awesome Coast to Coast Challenge medal, and I love it. This was probably like one of the biggest motivations for doing the Run Disney and the half marathons, was getting this beautiful medal with Walt and Mickey on it.
I mean, this thing is gorgeous. The camera is not even doing it justice as to how
it's cool. It's 3-dimensional.
Yeah. See if I can get the Disney Coast to Coast.
Coast to Coast. So that was really, really, really cool to do that. So 2013, we did our first Run Disney Coast to Coast. Hopefully maybe someday we can do another Coast to Coast if they bring back the races to Disneyland. It would be really awesome. So after we did that, we decided at that point, like, okay, we're runners. So we kept doing a lot of 5Ks.
Well, and if we can run half marathon or 13.1 miles down at sea level, we should be able to run a few more miles up at elevation, right?
Right.
6 miles at elevation, or the rock and roll.
We did the 10K.
10K.
Because I thought the medal was really cool for this one.
Yeah.
And we had a friend that had just recently beaten breast cancer, and she actually ran it with us, which was really cool. And then I think maybe we did the Equinox after that one.
I think the Equinox was after that.
I think it was after the rock and roll. And that one is cool because you actually go up the canyon here in Colorado and you run downhill. So it was really hard because you're running downhill and kind of at a slant.
Anytime we have curves in our mountain roads, they slant them at a pretty good pace.
Yeah. And that one was kind of funny too because they misspelled Equinox on the t-shirt.
I should go get the t-shirt.
It was kind of funny that they misspelled Equinox.
I'm gonna go get the t-shirt. I gotta show that. All right, leave it in the comments if you can pick up the misspelling.
And it was spelled right on the front.
Yeah, we should show that first.
But not on the back.
Got it right there.
I kind of forgot one of the letters. So.
No, they just rearranged them.
Or they, got a little dyslexic.
EQU. Whoops. Neox. Equinox.
Yeah. So that one, we did the 10K for that one, right? I don't think we did the full half.
They had a
5 miler.
5 miler.
That's what it was. We did the 5 miler for that one. And that one didn't have a medal.
No, they don't do a medal, but they have a beverage, an adult beverage for you at the end. Yep, and Pilsner.
One that's still on my bucket list to do is the Horseshoe Half Marathon.
That one's also always dicey.
It's dicey with weather.
9 times out of 10, that sucker is snow.
And it's downhill, but someday maybe when Wally's like a teenager, we'll like cross that one off our bucket list.
And with that,
so then we decided that we wanted to do another Run Disney race, and we actually did the Tower of Terror 10 miler. You guys, they used to have some really cool Run Disney races. They used to have one too that was like an obstacle challenge through, like, it was like the Mount Everest one. We always wanted to do that one, but this one was really cool. It was the Tower of Terror 10 miler. Obviously you ended in Hollywood Studios, so we got to ride the Tower of Terror at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And actually,
and again, it was a night race with that one.
It was a night race too, yeah.
And once again, Melodie, we hope you survive the Tower of Terror 10 miler. Runners, set, go!
Which is kind of nice in Florida to do them at night.
It's so much nicer doing them at night.
That heat.
Well, on this one too, they had the humidity warnings. They were almost ready to cancel.
Well, and it got super cold.
It got super cold.
So we had prepared, like I had like a tank top, and we were ready for it to be hot Florida weather, and it was super cold and super humid, and then I got super sick. Like, had to stop at every porta potty the entire race, and it took us a long time to finish, and it was a rough race, but we finished. We made it to the finish line.
Well, it was cool. The finisher area was actually the stage for
Indiana Jones. Yeah, it was a cool race. Like, I'm glad we did it, and it was worth pushing through. And they had some really cool character meet and greets. Like, they had the grave diggers from Haunted Mansion. They had Jack and Sally. So after we did that one we
weren't swayed by the
that was like October, I think. And then January of the next year, they actually started the inaugural Star Wars half marathon series in Disneyland. So we decided, well, we have to do that.
Have to do Star Wars.
So we signed up for all of them.
Every single race.
Yep. We did the 5K, we did the 10K, and we did the half.
The Rebel Challenge.
Yeah. So the Rebel Challenge was the 10K and the half.
Okay.
But we decided, we'll do the 5K too, because why not?
Why not? So we started.
So we did the 5K.
With the 5K.
Which was the droid theme, which was super fun. And we like dressed up for these. Like, we really did try and
do theming. We had, so I'm pretty, was it this one that we were featured?
I think the 5K, I don't, one of them we did have a picture taken by Run Disney.
Run Disney's on their website.
But I think this one we dressed up like R2-D2 C-3PO. I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
And then the 10K, we dressed up like
inaugural
Chewbacca. I think we did Chewbacca for that one.
Right, and I think this is the one we were pictured in front of the teacups.
I think so, yeah.
Run Disney.
I think in our Chewbacca gear. And my mom had knit us some cool hats and gloves for these races too, which was really fun. And we did, these used to have like pre-parties too. So we did like a whole like pre-party night for the race series. And we did that for Wine and Dine too. Remember they had the dinner party at the
at Hollywood Studios at the race.
Yeah, what was that attraction called? The Lights Motor Action.
Yeah.
Down on the floor of that, and it was super cool. They had entertainment. They had really good food. They had like the Ratatouille characters were there, and they had like the French chef that was like juggling and doing stuff. So that was really, really fun. So we did the pre-party for Wine and Dine, and then we did the pre-party for Star Wars, and they had the meet and greets with R2-D2 and C-3PO.
Right.
That's
where we had our selfie with those two, right?
Yeah. That was really, really
selfie
fun.
Selfie with R2-D2 and C-3PO.
Yeah.
Who has that?
Go!
All right, well, here's the necklace I got from the Star Wars Half Marathon Series 2. It's got the cute little shoe. I think it says 13.1 there on the shoe. So that was really cool. They had a necklace for that one as well. And then this was the medal from the half marathon, which was super fun. and it was a really cool race series to do. And we did dress up for all the races. I can't exactly remember what we dressed up for each one of them, but there'll be pictures, so it'll make sense. But we did the droids for one, we did Chewbacca for one, and then we had our Yoda OOYL shirt, only once you live, instead of YOLO.
Yeah.
So that was really fun. We dressed up for all of those. But we did have to take a lot of pictures because we were dressed up and we were really having fun. And during the 10K, we actually stopped to take a picture with Darth Vader. And the line was super long, and they kept coming by telling us, like, the pacer is this far out. If you stay in this line, just know if the pacer passes you, you have like 2 minutes to catch up with them, or you will be dropped from the race. And they kept coming by, and like people would get out of line, and we're like, we're just gonna wait. And then people would get out of line, and we're just gonna wait. And then we were like 3 people from the front, and we're like, okay, we're gonna wait. Pacer goes by.
Balloons, so they carry big balloons.
Yeah.
There they go.
Yeah. So the pacer goes by, and we're like, okay, like, we're staying for this picture. So we like took our awesome picture with Darth Vader. I'll insert that here. It was actually a really good picture. And then we like took off.
So the security, so now the people ready to pull you are there, and they're like, you need to get to X point before the pacer does.
Yep. So we took off, we caught up with the pacer.
Sprint.
And we
full sprint at the front of the 10K.
Yeah, and we kind of just stayed with them the rest of the race, but it was a big sprint, and we had not trained as much for this one. I just started a new job, and so we weren't really in the best shape to be doing 3 races over a weekend. But we sprinted and made it through the 10K. And then the next morning we were pretty tired going into the half. But we stuck it out. We made it through. And we walked quite a bit of the half.
And so what was happening is we took off, we were going, and I can't remember when it was. I think it was about mile 3. You're like, I can't do this anymore.
My like ankle was numb, basically. Like I had this, like, I felt like I had like the floppy foot thing going. And you were struggling with Osgood Schlatters on your knees.
Yep.
He had a lot of, rubbing on his knees. So we were in pretty rough shape. So we just kind of took our time with the half, and I think we were close to the end. We were one of the very last finishers.
Pretty much the whole way.
But it was fine, and it was kind of cool to have a race experience where you're at the very end, because everybody is going at their own pace in these half marathons, and we all finished.
Well, and everyone at the end is cheering for each other. Yeah. Like everyone at the end.
There was a lot of camaraderie at the end of the race.
Yeah, it was a lot of camaraderie,
It was really kind of a cool experience to finish at the end. And then we got our Rebel Challenge medal for finishing the half.
Since we did it all.
So it was worth it, I guess, right?
The pain and injury.
Rebel Challenge is cool because it has Darth Vader and also Yoda on it. So we got our Rebel Challenge, we got our 5K, our 10K, our half. When we were leaving, I put a lot of ice on my ankle, and it just really hurt. And I kind of just thought I had like shin splints. Like it felt like I just had like a really bad shin splint, but it was on like the outside of my ankle. And so we flew home that night.
We flew home that night.
Yeah, so we raced the morning and then flew home that night. And by the time we got off the airplane, my ankle was swollen to like 10 times its size. Like it was really bad. I'll insert a picture.
As I say, if you're gonna put a picture in, you got to give warning.
Yeah, so avert your eyes if you're queasy at all.
Avert your eyes, close the children off, because this picture, I can't look at it.
So this is what my ankle looked like. It was pretty swollen, and it was obviously like not a good situation. So I ended up going to the doctor, and they looked at it, and they told me that I actually had compartment syndrome, which is kind of scary because it's basically when you have like explosive like exercise activity, the blood flow can't keep up, and so you have a lot of blood flow going to this muscle, and the compartment is not ready for that, so it really swells, and it was pretty bad. The swelling did go down, thankfully, so I didn't have to have any sort of like surgery or anything, but I was in a lot of pain for
months. I mean, that took us out of commission for
pretty much the whole year. And then that December of the same year, we actually had booked our very first Disney cruise, and we'd kind of like experiment with running here a little bit in there, and like kind of walked a couple 5Ks, but we really wanted to do the Castaway Castaway Cay 5K. So when you go on a Disney cruise, you always have the option to do their 5K on their private island. And so we did the 5K, and we didn't push it super hard, but we had fun with that. And then when we came back from that trip, we found out we were pregnant with our little guy. So then that kind of put a little bit of a hold on running. I had just recovered from my injury, and then we were pregnant, so we kind of decided maybe we'll take a little break from running. But here we are 4 years later, 4.5 years later. I think 4 years.
4 and change.
4 and change, yeah. So we're ready to get back into it. It's something that we've really been missing from our life. The endorphin release is awesome, and
the stress release is awesome.
Release, and it's just, running is very much like, it's a mental sport, and it just kind of really helps you to process everything going on in life and just kind of be very present.
Now, fun factoid about me as a runner, because when I started out, I was like, Irene, this is just like in my head, and I couldn't run. It's because I was listening to music. I can't listen to music and run. Because I want to run at the pace, the beat of the music, and you know, if I'm listening to EDM songs, I'm not running at that pace. And so I listen to podcasts when I run. Actually, people talking to me. And
you really enjoyed that.
And I love it. It just like frees my brain. I don't even remember where I've been or what I've been doing.
Well, it's kind of this time to just like zero in and focus. And, just be very present. I think that's what I enjoy the most about running, is that it's a time to be very present. So we're really excited to get back into it, and we're really excited to have Wally run with us and just kind of see how he does. I don't know. Hopefully he'll be into it.
We're gonna restart the couch to 5K. So
I think it'll be hard with a 3.5-year-old. Like, we're not naive, but we're hoping it'll be something that he kind of enjoys.
And worst case scenario, we know the route of the fire hydrant. We can plant, you know, family members along the route, be like, here's Wally.
And we've done like a couple 5Ks with him since he's been born. We've done the turkey trot, which is another big one that we've done. We've done the one in Fort Collins, and then we've done the one in Windsor. So he's done a couple of those. He did one like his very first Thanksgiving when he was pretty little, like 3 months old. So he's been on 5Ks, but in a stroller. Not
right. He's been in a stroller.
So we're excited to try it. We're excited to get back into it.
Watch for those videos. Make sure you've hit that subscribe button and that bell icon so you know.
And let us know, have you run any races? Have you run any 5Ks? Have you run any half marathons? Have you done any other Run Disney races? What's been your favorite thing that you've ever done, or have you always wanted to get into running? Maybe we can do something together. Like, maybe we can all motivate each other and have a
meet up group at a Run Disney race.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
That would be really cool. So thank you guys so much for watching. This was a super fun collab to do. Don't forget to go check out the other channels that are doing this collab as well. There's 4 other channels linked down in the description below, so make sure you go check them out and hear all about their fun racing stories as well. So thank you guys for watching.
This is the wonderful world of Walter,
and we love you just the way you are.
Bye.